Have you ever stopped to think about the path you're on? You know, the one you've been told to follow your whole life? Study hard, get the degree, find a good job? What if I told you that very path might not be designed for your success at all? In fact, what if it's the one thing that's actually holding you back from becoming truly wealthy? Let's get into it.
Okay, so think about these names for a second. Bill Gates, Mark Zuckerberg, Gautam Adani. We all know them as billionaires, right? But what's really interesting isn't just their money. It's the secret they all share. Many of them famously walked away from the exact educational path we're told is absolutely essential. So what is it they really have in common?
The real question is, what did they all manage to dodge? It's something that nearly every single one of us is pushed into, something we're supposed to be proud of. What did they escape that the rest of us are still running towards? The answer? A trap. Yeah, a carefully built system that, for more than 200 years, has been engineered to do something very specific. And it's not to create innovators or millionaires. And the craziest part? You're probably in it right now. This brings us to the trap itself. The path. The one that probably sounds really, really familiar. The one our parents, our teachers, everyone told us was the only way to live a secure, successful life. It's so common, we just don't even think to question it. And here it is. You study for 15, maybe 20 years, you get that piece of paper, the degree, you land a stable job. Sounds pretty good, right? But then come the loans, the home loan, the car loan, and all of a sudden you realize you're not working for your dreams anymore. You're just working to pay off debt for the rest of your life. It's a conveyor belt, and we all get put on it. And you know, for so many people, that promised job at the end of the road, it's just not there. This quote, it's from a graduate in India. The person has 3 postgraduate degrees, and after 12 years of nonstop studying, they feel like they have absolutely nothing to show for it. It's just a heartbreaking reality for millions. And this is the part you really have to understand. The system isn't broken. Oh no, it's working perfectly. It was never built to make you rich or creative or independent. It was built to produce one thing and one thing only: a compliant, obedient worker. To really get why, we have to look at who built this thing in the first place. So to really see the bars of this cage, we've got to jump back in time. Because the origin story of our modern education system, well, it doesn't start in a school. It starts on a battlefield. Okay, check this out, because this is where it all connects. It's 1806. Prussia gets crushed by Napoleon. And why? Their leaders figured it was because their soldiers were thinking for themselves instead of just following orders. So, their solution? They create a new mandatory school system with one single goal: make soldiers who obey without question. Fast forward a few decades, the Industrial Revolution has taken off. Factory owners need workers, but nobody wants the job. People are happy being self-employed farmers and craftsmen. Then, these industrialists see the Prussian model, and a light bulb goes off. They take that system and they export it everywhere with a new goal: create a whole generation of obedient factory workers. So this model, this factory for obedient workers, it starts spreading across the globe. And of course, it was brought to India under British rule, where it was given a very, very specific colonial twist. Now, just listen to these words. This is a direct quote from Lord Macaulay in 1835. He was the guy put in charge of creating the English education system for India. Read that again. The goal was never to empower anyone. It was to completely change them. I mean, let's be crystal clear about what this meant. The whole point was to create an army of Indian clerks, administrators, and soldiers who would think and act English. Why? So they could help run the British Empire more efficiently. It was a system built for colonial management, not for creating Indian leaders or entrepreneurs. Okay, now fast forward to today. Look at this number, 42%. Any idea what this represents? This is the unemployment rate for college graduates in India under the age of 25, right now. And that's the punchline, isn't it? A system that was designed almost 2 centuries ago to create dependent clerks is still creating a generation that's dependent on finding a job that for almost half of them doesn't even exist. The system is still working. So I know this all sounds pretty bleak, but here's the good news. Once you see the trap, once you understand how it works, you can start to find a way out. The trap only really works if you don't know you're in it. This slide right here, this is the whole game. On one side, you have the old mindset, the trap. It's all about the degree, chasing marks, getting that secure job, and just following the path you're given. But on the other side, that's the freedom mindset. It's about focusing on real skills, embracing exploration, aiming for self-dependence, and most importantly, creating your own path. It's a huge shift from being a cog in someone else's machine to building your own.
So what does that actually look like? Well, it means you start questioning what you're being taught. You go out and explore what you're actually interested in. You learn high-value skills, maybe from courses online taught by people who are actually in the trenches doing it. It means parents start valuing their kids' curiosity more than their report card. We take a drop year to study for an exam. Why not take one to actually figure out who you are and what you want to build?
So really, it all comes down to this one question. Do you want the average, stable life that the system promises, a life that's often just lived paycheck to paycheck? Or are you willing to take a chance to build the life you actually dream about? The system is going to keep running no matter what. The only real choice you have is whether or not you decide to step off the conveyor belt. The decision is yours.